Welcome back to Oathbound Gaming. Today we're taking a look at Soul Nomad. Soul Nomad was released back in 2007 for PlayStation 2 and it's being ported over to Steam. It's been a long time. Now, we're going to do pros, cons, and final thoughts at the end of the video, so stick around for that. We're going to have gameplay thrown in there and we're going to start with the options. If at any point during this video you decide, I like this content, throw us a sub. Definitely appreciate that. Definitely keeps me motivated to release future videos. So we're going to jump into options real quick. I'm going to show you what is in store for us in the options. So right off the bat, we have game with cursor mode A, B, which just changes how the cursor works in the game, which you're going to use to select your units and such. Ally scene and enemy scenes are when you enter combat and you initiate an attack, your allies are going to, there's going to be animation, which is actually quite good, the animation, of your allies attacking your units, attacking the enemies, and then the enemies attacking you back, or vice versa, depending on who initiated the attack. You can turn that off so the combat is much, much quicker. System voice, really annoying. I'm going to show you what that is. We'll put that on for now so you can see what that is. I personally hate it. And then we have text, scooter, cheetah, hyperdrive, molasses, turtle, and scooter again. So that's just the text speed during chat story, how fast that text comes in. And language, we have English and Japanese voice and display text. We're going to jump into video, which is probably the most important setting, because as you can see, there's black boxes here, right? On the left and right of your screen. You can stretch the game if you want. I'll show you both when we get in game so you can see the difference and decide for yourself what you'd rather play as. Screen 1 is if you have multiple monitors, you're choosing which monitor the game's going to be on. Obviously, we have borderless full screen, Windows mode, and normal full screen, and then you check your resolution and refresh rate. Sound, your normal sound effect stuff, but I do like to mute while inactive, so if you alt-tab to any other window or something, the audio will cease. It'll turn off until you come back to the game. Controls. I am using a controller. I got myself a controller right here. I recommend it, but the game is not like a heavy action game, so you could definitely play with a keyboard. And they let you change all of the keybinds. Yes, I love that. That is super important in games to allow players to change the keybinds and change it to what they want. So super important to me. I'm glad that they have that. It still was a little weird to play with the keyboard. It just felt a little odd. So I definitely recommend a controller personally. But like I said, you could change all the keybinds if you want. And that is all of our settings. So we're going to jump into the gameplay here and show you what it's all like. What is Soul Nomad all about? Let's go. When you first start the game, you're going to get a cinematic, kind of like this. They're telling the backstory.
Stood for 10 years,
and I wanted to show you guys the voice actor. Make you listen to that. It's not too bad.
Lord and his son passed away. Predesto returned to a state
Predesto? That sounds like some off-brand, like, tomato sauce or something. Alright, let's move on. So, very early on into the game, you're going to enter the world map that's kind of like this, and you move on, like, a set section, right? And we're going to arrange our party here. I'm going to choose design, and we're going to add party members to this setup we have here. So, there's the front line, the two front line spots, which there's two characters in, and then the middle and the rear, right? Now, take a look at the right side here. We're going to see three characters. Luell, Richmond, Margaret. You're going to see the abilities they have based on the position they're in. So you see FMR. She's going to have Molotov if you put her in the middle. I'm going to place her in the middle. And in the rear, we can put Heal All. We could have a healer that's going to heal us. Richmond, which I think is a good choice. One other thing I wanted to point out is you see our leader's name is Revia, which you can name your character at the beginning if you want. You're going to see his stats change based off who's added to the party as well. So you see 55 health, 38 attack. Let's look at that. Richmond gives Adjust Leader 10%. See that? When we add him, you're going to see 58 health, 40 attack. So that goes up. They actually buff the leader of the group. So the leader's always going to be stronger because he gets buffed up by the team. Now, we're going to go ahead and move. And we're going to go to these cross swords on the map. And we're going to go ahead and say head west, which is the name of the battle. We'll skip the cutscene just so, for your sake, so you can learn what the combat's like. Now, you hear that? Commence battle. That is the audio setting, which I was showing you guys, which we'll get to, which I personally really hate. Now, when we're moving on the field, we can zoom out, which I personally like it zoomed out. Now, these are actually groups of enemies. They look like single units, but if you take a look there, you'll see there's actually 3 units part of that fight, 2 in there, and this guy's got 3 there as well. Now, we're going to go ahead and choose to end our turn, because we already took a turn. We're going to wait for this character to initiate. Now this enemy group's initiating an attack on me. They're the three of them. They're attacking me there. And we're gonna counter now. So that guy's healing. There goes the Molotov, and then my two frontline units are moving in to initiate an attack. And that's the end of that turn. That was actually the enemy turn. But I ended up the victor in that, I would say. I countered and did a heck of a lot of damage. Now, I'm going to initiate attack here, and I want you to listen closely to that battle start type of audio. Listen.
Battle begins.
Battle begins. You can turn that off. I hate it. So you can turn it off, but here's what another attack looks like. Molotov missed, unfortunately. But we ended up killing their front line anyway. But once you kill their entire group, which will happen on this next turn, that'll remove them from this main map, obviously. And I have to go finish the next two groups. Let's go for an attack. No, I don't want to defend. So tactic here, you can actually use, like, buffs. I could use a tactic to increase my attack and hit and my defense and stuff. So there is some strategy to fighting here. But we're going to use our normal attack here and finish off this group. And then I'll jump to the more advanced type of gameplay further into the game. I'm not going to do story spoilers, though, because this is a heavy story game. So there we go. He's gone. We gained some gold, and the enemy is gone. Alright, let's move on. Alright, so I went ahead and stretched the screen because I told you guys I was going to show you that. And I want to show you two more things here. So I did disable that system voice, which was pretty annoying. And one other thing I wanted to show you guys is the attack here. You'll see now, instead of just a basic blow attack, which is what I was using to initiate attacks, I'll have Demon Blast and Holy Justice. Those pop up when your group's stamina goes below 80%, which you'll see my stamina is 79 right now because I did a fair amount of actions during this fight. And when they do, you get some pretty strong abilities. We'll use Holy Justice here to attack their squad lead here, and I want to show you guys how that plays out. That heal is so good. There we go. These two work well together, apparently, because they're good friends or something. And they get a crazy combo. Damn. So, when you have specific units paired together, they'll get buffs to their, like, base stats, and they'll get access to abilities like that. So they can do some pretty crazy combos. Stage clear. Alright. Moving on, moving on. Oh, yes, I should show the screen, right? At the end, you get your rewards, your gold, and your items and stuff, and characters do level as well. As you use them, you continue to use them, you successful in combat and kill enemies, you do level, you get stronger as well. Alright, now we can move on. So I wanted to discuss a little bit more about setting up your squad, again, because this can get a little confusing. It's definitely something that took a little bit of a learning curve for myself. So I wanted to show you guys this. So we have two floors here, right? Rooms. That's the gladiatorium. They're both called gladiatorium. One's got my squad of 4, right? And the other one is empty right now. So I can choose to set members. I have one additional member here, right? I'm going to put him in the leader spot. And he's going to get happy about that. He's going to cheer. That's the leader of this squad, right? Now, in addition to that, I can choose to restock, and I can buy more units. Let's see. Let's grab... I only have 320. Let's hire... I don't know... Let's get ourselves a healer. And you can name it, I don't know, sure, Arthur. Why not? That's now Arthur. So we're going to confirm Arthur, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to choose... Whoops, we want to go back to our range. Ooh, Kotaro, okay. So this dude can randomly join, and he's now part of the squad. So I'm glad I actually recorded this, because that's pretty cool. We actually got ourselves a new member. And I can take Kotaro over here, who's got a really weird look on his face. I'm going to put Arthur in the middle. Kotaro wants to stay in the back, and that's fine. So now I actually have two squads, and I'll show you in a bit how you can get both squads in a single fight. Alright, so we're in another battle here. I also wanted to show one extra thing here. Gig Edict, which is a strange name for inventory. Diagnose, heal 100 HP, blackmail, decrease act by 20%. So it's just items, buffs, debuffs, heals. Also, the tactics that I showed you guys earlier where you can buff yourself, they level up as you use them. So, Iron Will, I'm going to use it right now. defense up, resistance up. And then I'm also going to show you that summon that I promised earlier. I'm going to go ahead and summon this and say, squad, let's do this. There we go. So now I have another group on the field, which is awesome because I need them. This battle is, nah, who am I kidding? It's easy. I would not have summoned them, but I wanted to show you guys what it was like. But let's play this battle out. Let's kill some things here. Probably skip some time throughout the battle because this will get quite long. But one thing I really do like about the game is it allows for a bit of customization with like disabling the enemies' animations if you don't want to see them. That's pretty cool. Speeds up combat a lot. Like you can skip all of this animation, just have the damage play out if that's your thing. You don't want to watch the animations, but I do like the animations a lot. I think they're pretty flashy. They're pretty nice to watch. They did a damn good job on them. But I guess one of my questions is, what is different? This looks like almost like a direct port, which is fine. I mean, the game plays fine. The only bug I ran into was a crash that occurs 100% of the time if you choose a specific dialogue, but it's like an optional thing. It's at the very start of the game, and it doesn't affect the game in any way. But there is a crash that happens. But other than that, I don't see any problems with the game at all, really. Lots of sound options, so we can disable that stupid announcer. Like I said, the animations look fine. You can go stretch, which I'm playing in this full stretched mode right now. You can play with like the letterbox, the standard mode if you wish to have the black bars so the game doesn't get stretched out. You know, you can definitely do that as well. But overall, it's a pretty damn good game, for real. This is fun. If you like turn-based combat and stuff like, I don't know, Fire Emblem, I guess, you might like this. But I'm going to skip this because this is going to be a spoiler. Alright, wanted to show you guys the progression a little bit more. So, as we progress, you'll see new units will be unlocked that you can now purchase. Kotaro is taking a break, he's leaving right now. But we're going to choose restock here because 3 new units popped up, right? So we have Soldier, Sphinx, and Bare Knuckle. I thought I said Sphinx for a second. Sphinx! So, we're going to choose to buy Sphinx, and his name's gonna be Pee-wee? No, that's... LCD! Yeah, LCD is LCD monitor is his randomized name. That's what we're gonna go with. So I bought LCD here, right? Now, if we go to design, we could choose this other room because we have positions open. We're gonna choose LCD as the front line, and now we have ourselves a new unit. Now, I'm going to show you something very confusing, but I want to make sure I show you guys this because some people are going to be like, what the heck is going on? Change. Now, you see how it says keep in white text with that yellow border right there? That room is not going to change when I do this. Now, it's changing the rooms, and I'm randomly rolling them, right? And you see, oh, look, security room over there. Sure, let's leave that. Now, we have 3 rooms here because I unlocked a new one, so an extra one popped up, and it's randomizing these. Now, I'm going to choose to set my members here again. Let's go with LCD. You're taking midpoint as the leader. Front's going to be Luell, and we're going to put Arthur over here in the middle. Arthur, go. There we go. And you'll notice that this room doesn't have any rear spots at all. I could choose to lock this room now, so it doesn't change when I roll the new rooms. So now you'll just notice that one room at the bottom left is changing. And now you might be asking, why the hell change the rooms? Well, you might get the different slots. Like you see, the Gladiatorium at the top has the 2 white spots and the 2 red. That's my main room I'm using. That's the 2 frontline spots and 2 rear spots. While a security room has 1 front and 3 mid. So you might have like a unit that you really like the middle attack for. You can get a room with a lot of extra mid spots and equip that. So now, beyond that, we're going to choose design here, and we're going to look at decor items. Steel Form and Coward's Plan. These are 2 things that come with this room, this security room. Steel Form, take 50% less damage when guarding. Coward's Plan, speed up by 30%, but attack down by 10%. Then you'll see these 2 empty slots that say none. So Steel Form and Coward's Plan are always active with this room. But these 2 extra slots you can equip extra things on there, like Great Faith, resistance up by 20%, and bonus day, cannot attack or use special skills, but act plus 10. These items you equip at the bottom spot, they are lost when you use them. Once you use them, they're gone after the next battle. But the other spots are permanent. They're always there. So that's an additional thing you'll look for in rooms. So you can find a really good room, lock it, keep it as your own, and hopefully you like it. You can equip it with new decor and all that stuff. You can name it if you want. Unlock it so you can then re-roll it. And you can buy decor. You get this shop with these 4... I don't know, they're playing harps. But you can buy new decor if you want to find different stuff you want to upgrade. Then the Gig Edict, which has got really weird fairies right now. We can buy items there if we want. Which, it's just... Things in this game are named so weirdly. Decor and Gig Edict. Gig Edict is your items. It's just inventory. That's like an item shop. So I don't know. It's just got very weird names. It's like weird translation, I suppose. And then one last thing I wanted to show is inspection. Inspection here allows you to test your room. So some of these are going to be pretty tough. I'm definitely not prepared for it yet, but you'll see like enemy level 2+, and you can put yourself to the test. I'll say that. You can test your room, and I'll show you what it's like, but you'll get started here, and you'll have to complete the room. You'll have to survive, take out all enemies. There's traps all over the place on this one, and we'll take on this challenge to try to upgrade the room that we have, and if you're successful, you get a heck of a lot of upgrades, you get stronger, and that's just a different way to progress. Well, not a different way, an additional way to progress, because you definitely don't want to ignore this. I might actually be able to pull it off, but this is going to take quite some time, so I'm going to skip this. I don't want to have you guys wait for this entire process, but let's move on. The pros, cons, and final thoughts for Soul Nomad and the World Eaters. Pros. PC-specific settings and keybinds. That is awesome. This PC-specific settings, like you guys saw the black boxes that I showed you guys at the beginning, you could stretch the game a little bit if you want, and it doesn't look bad at all stretched. So I'm glad to see options like that in the game where you can change the aspect ratio a bit and, you know, change it to your, I don't know, the way you like it, right? Change it, customize it a little bit, make it work for you. You want to stretch it? Go ahead, you can stretch it. I like that that's even there. It means a lot to me that they put PC-specific settings in there to, I don't know, to make the port feel worthwhile. The story is decent, but predictable. I'm not going to spoil a lot about the story. I'm going to give you a little rundown that you learn in the first 5 minutes of the game. This is the first 5 minutes. Just one big aspect of the game is, like, there's the main character inherits another being inside his body, like a soul, and they're kind of, like, talking to each other and going back and forth, and they hate each other a little bit, and like we've seen that 1,000 times in like every anime. Okay, not every anime, but a lot of anime. I think like Naruto, which is Naruto for normal people, if you want to pronounce it the way it's supposed to be pronounced. And then there's like recently, what was it, Jujutsu Kaisen, which no one's gonna know what I'm talking about. Good show though. But like that's predictable, but it's not a bad thing. It's not oh, the story's instantly bad because it's got a predictable element that's been used before. Just saying it's predictable, but it's actually pretty decent. The voice acting is good. It's good. There's some characters in there that you're like, ooh, shut up, you know, that it's kind of annoying voice. But for the most part, like, the voice acting is pretty damn spot on. And when a character's annoying, like the voice, it's not necessarily like I think, wow, that voice actor sucks. They did a good job making that character annoying. That's what they're there for. Remember Game of Thrones, that really annoying kid? The king that everyone hates, Joffrey. He's a great actor for making you hate him so much. You hate him, but he's damn good at making you hate him, because that's what he's supposed to do. So voice acting's good. The game has been improved graphically despite what people say. No, it hasn't. What are you talking about? Yeah, it has. Yeah, it definitely has. The graphics have definitely been touched up, despite what people say. Can you see a difference between that left image and the right one? Yeah, I get it. It's a different background. But look at the two characters. They're the same character. They've been improved. Yeah, they have. And I say that because a lot of people are saying on the forums, oh, they didn't even touch up the grid. Yes, they did. Give credit where credit is due. Yes, they did. Cons. The game has some weird systems that takes some getting used to. Now, it's not a con because they have systems that are a little different. It's just a con because it's just so out of the ordinary. You're like, I need to equip my units to a room and level up the room, and it's just a little weird. And it does take getting used to, and that could definitely turn some people off. And that's why I spent so much time really showing you guys the systems and how you like put units on the room, and you could roll new rooms and lock your room, and there's positions on the rooms that determine what ability the units are going to use. It just takes some getting used to. It takes a little bit of practice, and I hope this video at least explained what the systems look like so you can decide whether or not you want to dive in or not. One guaranteed crash occurs really early on in the game with a specific dialogue choice. I'm hoping they fix that, but it's a little side dialogue, and it doesn't affect the game in any way, but if you choose it, it crashes the game 100% of the time. And it feels really odd on the keyboard. They will allow you to change the keybinds, which is great, but it just still feels so weird. And I really tried to make it work. I prefer to play mouse and keyboard in every one of my games, but I couldn't justify it for this one. I picked up the controller. I was like, I'm going to go with the controller on this. And when you're playing something like a JRPG or a classic JRPG or something like that, generally controller's the best anyway. But I tried. I would definitely recommend a controller, though. Final thoughts. Soul Nomad is a classic that has come to Steam. While the game is a bit strange, not big strange, it's a big strange and different, that could be a good thing for some players that want something that stands out from the typical games. I'm extremely happy to see more and more classics being ported over Steam, and this gives me hope that all of my favorites may arrive one day. At the right price, this is a must-buy for strategy JRPG fans. And the right price is subjective. Personally, if I had to give my opinion, $20 or less. 20 or less for this game, and it's a good price. That's a steal. Subjective, though. You might have a different opinion on that. Yeah, I like the game, though. I'm definitely going to play it all the way through, and I hope you guys join me on stream when I do. So thank you very much for watching, guys. If you like this video, please throw us a sub, throw us a like. Always appreciate that, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Skit it!